Today at a fun day at the infusion center. As it turns out, we cannot do everything. You guys know that Peter started a new job, and in the month or so before he started the new job, it's just been a big season of transitions. And my port's not working, and I have a feeling that because we waited too long to flush it, that's part of it. I mean, I know my port already has issues. It's like baseline has issues, but we waited longer this time for flushing it. And part of that was the last time I got my Vyepti, like the migraine preventative infusion, which that was the one that ended up making me really, really dizzy. I couldn't walk the next day. I basically have been on hold with IVIG. Insurance has approved it. I've been waiting to hear back from the IVIG the infusion place. So you guys know how it goes if you are a chronic illness patient. Okay, I just flushed my port because I just had this infusion. Okay, before the next month, certainly IVIG will call back and get me scheduled. Oh, definitely. So I'll just flush it then. Guess what? I didn't hear back from the home care company. Then Peter starts his new job. And then this foster baby enters our life, and we spend a few weeks in the hospital with him. And now he's been home for a week or two, and you see where I'm going. Well, then in my mind, my next Vyepti is coming up, so I will just do it then. And it had weird blood return. It had blood, but it was sluggish, it was weird. And now it's So I'm pretty sure it just needs TPA, like clot buster. But again, we're working with a weird port to begin with. This is my first time in, I guess, almost 20 years of having a port that it's ever done this. So it feels like it's my fault because ultimately I forgot to flush it. But I am just going to give myself some grace. I think that's what I'm going to do. It's okay. So what I asked them, first I asked my CF team to call in TPA, the clot buster stuff. So my doctor called that in here at this infusion center. And then I asked, can we go ahead and place a peripheral IV so that we can run Vyepti while we're waiting on all the TPA stuff? So that's what we did. All is well as it can be, you know. What are you gonna do, you know? What are you gonna do? You can't do it all. My hope is that we'll get back on the schedule that I've been on for years of doing IVIG every month. And then there's my port care. But I called again this morning and haven't heard back. So I don't know, guys, I don't know. But hey, you know what? This port, even though it's been bad since day one, it hung on. 18 months ago, I thought that I was gonna have to get a new port, and I haven't, so we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm just realizing that last night, as Peter and I were vlogging, we were saying we don't have much health drama to vlog anymore. And I was like, but you wait, tomorrow I'm going to get my infusion, so I'll have some health drama for you. Little did I know I'd actually have health drama. I also wore my Celebrate the Little Things shirt because I was like, we're gonna celebrate that this port is gonna work. It didn't work. I can still celebrate though, because I'm doing okay. Okay, so before they deaccessed and reaccessed my port, which then was the third time today, because Peter and I did it twice this morning, I was just like, let's just try it one more time. It did nothing. Actually, it did do a little bit, but then once she reaccessed it, it's got absolutely nothing. So it's like a little bit frustrating because if I would have had it, like, say, at home this morning when it was flushing, I would have been able to put the TPA in. But I did put 100-unit heparin in. That was my, like, first instinct. Like, oh, if there's some weird clot in there, let's just put the heparin in and just see. So I don't know. But the peripheral IV did its job, and so that's good. The Vyepti's done. Come on, Port. I think it's interesting. I was thinking about it. So we typically flush my port every 4 weeks. And I've heard of others who have different protocols. Like some people do every 6 weeks or every 8 weeks or something like this. This was probably about 12 weeks. That's my guess. But so it's not that far beyond. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. Okay, we're not doing TPA today. Long story. I asked multiple times about how long they leave it in. I thought I remembered like hours. Like, yeah, anyway. Finally, I did get the answer. They would leave it in for 30 minutes. If it didn't work, then 2 hours. And I don't have that time today. So I am going to... I'm going to go home and then reassess and look into my options. I may end up doing it at a different hospital and all this. But for today... I did my migraine infusion prevention medicine, and we're gonna move on. I'm trying to read my shirt. Yeah. Okay, well, am I gonna stand here and cry? Maybe. You know, part of the frustrating thing, hey, you're gonna see me crawl across the front seat of the car because the driver's side door, like I have to manually lock and unlock it. So I'm just gonna crawl through, you know. We'll get it fixed eventually. Part of the frustrating thing is that I was just there for 3 or 4 hours, I don't know, whatever it was. And I got my 30-minute infusion done and literally that's it. So that's frustrating. I asked and they apologized, which I really appreciate. Just like, you know, we're all humans, we all make mistakes, but that acknowledgement and apology of like, I'm sorry, you asked this question multiple times and we gave you the wrong information basically. So I just appreciate that so much. Even though it's a bummer that I got the wrong information, it's understandable. Everybody is a human. So basically, yeah, I was told, because I was like making a decision whether I'd do it this day or another day. Anyway, I just have a Band-Aid on my port right now because I think it's a policy, to be honest. Everything's a policy. I know policies are important, but also people are important. And so, okay. I'm going home. Oh, I know. Today's the first day that I thought, maybe I'd rather get peripheral IVs. They used to hurt me so bad. Like, literally, they used to be like, kind of, you know, it was really like, well, one time when I was getting a CAT scan or something, they placed a peripheral and she was digging for so long that it made me pass out. I think that was the first time I passed out and I was convulsing and everything. And I think they called a code or something. I don't know. I just woke up and there were a lot of people in there. Peter said that was one of the scariest things that has happened. But anyway, obviously I was fine. It was just passing out. But ever since then, I think I've just had like a fear of peripheral IVs. This one was so great. She did amazing. Like it went in so easy and it didn't feel amazing, but it didn't hurt like crazy. So Anyway, I was thinking today, like, if I do have to have this port taken out, which of course we thought we were going to have to get this port out a year and a half ago. So I've kind of already gone there in my mind, but maybe I would just do peripherals. And then maybe what I would do is I would go back to the big hospital and do IVIG and Vyepti on the same day. Of course, Vyepti is only every 3 months. But anyway, I don't know. I don't need to figure it all out. Oh, it's so frustrating. Because I have 2 sweet babies at home, and I don't really want to be dealing with this, but I have to take care of myself so I can take care of them. So, I am going to go home, eat food, and then reassess. Okay? Okay? Okay. I know some of you guys ask me, how do you ever get stressed out? Yes, I do. And it's usually not big deals, you know? It's usually like a small thing that just tips you over the edge. I think what feels overwhelming about this is that because this port is already a bad port, like it probably would make sense to just get rid of it and get a new one, but that's not an easy thing. Digging an old port out that's been in there half a decade or longer, it's not an easy thing. I think for some bodies it can be easy, for other bodies it's hard. But one day at a time, and the Lord gives strength for each day. So I'm gonna breathe in strength and keep on going. I'm gonna go home, guys. Thanks for joining me today at a fun day at the Infusion Center.